Let's get right into it. Number 7. Airplane baggage freedom. Picture this. You're packing for a vacation, tossing socks, chargers, and that one sweater you know you won't wear but pack anyway. Your suitcase is a fluffy cloud of personal freedom. Then suddenly, bam, a company decides your bag now has the same financial weight as a small mortgage payment. Congratulations, your underwear now costs $35 per flight. Once upon a time, luggage simply existed. You brought it, you checked it, and no one charged you for daring to own belongings. Airlines treated it like oxygen, a basic part of the travel experience. But after rising fuel costs and a few creative accountants got together in a fluorescent-lit room, someone had the bright idea, what if we charge people for stuff they already own and physically carried here? And because airline misery spreads faster than gossip at a family wedding, every other airline copied it instantly. Psychologically, this move worked because of something called anchoring. Once people accept a new normal, companies can keep piling on fees like toppings on a very sad pizza. First it was checked bags, then carry-ons, then seat choices. Soon we'll be paying extra to blink at 30,000 feet. Your brain hates this because it violates your sense of fairness. Humans like feeling in control, but hidden fees yank that control away and replace it with a receipt full of emotional damage. The irony? We still book the flights. We rant, we cry, we swear we're never flying this airline again, then fly it again because it was $11 cheaper on a Tuesday. Basically, paying for bags is the corporate equivalent of being charged rent for your own shadow. Number 6. Paying for water. Imagine walking up to a natural stream, cupping your hands, drinking fresh water, and then a guy in a polo shirt steps out from behind a rock like, hey, that'll be $2.99. That's basically what bottled water did to humanity. For most of human history, water was just there, falling from the sky, running through rivers, lurking in wells. Then one company realized, hold on, what if we convince people that their perfectly fine tap water is basically liquid danger? Boom. A multi-billion-dollar industry is born. And your brain? Oh, it fell for it spectacularly. Thanks to something called availability heuristics, we remember the rare horror stories, like the time someone's tap water came out the color of iced tea, and we let those images live rent-free in our minds. So suddenly, bottles became safer, even when a lot of them were literally filled with tap water. Plus, the shape of the bottle tricks your mind. It sparkles, it looks crisp, it whispers, I'm better than your municipal pipeline. It's hydration with a superiority complex. Over time, companies went even further. Flavored water, vitamin water, water with added oxygen, which is just air, and the legendary raw water, which is basically water that skipped every safety test known to mankind. You're paying extra to roll the biological dice. Peak capitalism. The punchline? Water was free for thousands of years, but now your body requires a subscription to stay hydrated. Number 5. Cable TV channels. You ever sit on your couch, remote in hand, flipping through 400 channels, and somehow nothing is on? Once upon a time, TV was simple. You got a handful of channels for free, the antenna did all the work, and if the picture got fuzzy, you'd just smack the side of the TV like a disappointed parent. Then cable companies arrived with the enthusiasm of someone starting a pyramid scheme. They offered channels with crisp signals, new shows, and all the entertainment your overstimulated brain could ever want, for a price, a monthly creeping, ever-expanding price. Psychologically, cable companies mastered the bundling trap. They convinced you that you needed 200 channels because they sprinkled one good one in each overpriced bundle like chocolate chips in a dry, depressing cookie. Your brain sees the one channel you want and rationalizes the 199 you don't. I mean, who knows? Maybe one day I'll watch Lithuanian Gardening Network HD. You won't, but your bill says otherwise. And then streaming arrived, pretending to be the hero, until every service split into its own premium island and now you're basically paying cable all over again. Just digitally. Just sneakier. In short, TV went from free to give us $89.99 a month or enjoy static, peasant. Number 4. Hotel Wi-Fi extortion. There's a special kind of heartbreak that happens when you walk into a hotel, a place you paid real adult money for, and discover the Wi-Fi costs extra. Not fast Wi-Fi, not premium Wi-Fi, just internet. The same internet that every cafe, airport, mall, and suspicious alleyway magically offers for free. But the hotel? Oh no. They want $14.99 per night so you can load a blurry YouTube thumbnail. Once upon a time, hotels bragged about free amenities, free breakfast, free parking, free smiles from the front desk lady who definitely hates her life. Internet was just another perk, like mini soaps you pretend you don't steal. Then a few hotel chains realized that business travelers desperately needed Wi-Fi. Business travelers also had expense accounts. And voila, a revenue stream was born. The psychology behind this works because of captive market pricing. You're already inside the hotel, you already paid for the room, you're tired. You're holding a suitcase that squeaks like a dying hamster. Your brain defaults to convenience. Fine, charge me. I just want to check my email and ignore everyone. Meanwhile, the building is probably running on internet that costs them less per month than the price of your single night of access. It's the biggest joke since the fitness center that's just one treadmill and a broken mirror. Basically, hotel Wi-Fi charges exist because companies know you're too exhausted to fight back. Emotional weakness monetized. Number 3. Concert service fees. Picture this. You see your favorite artist is finally touring. You get excited, you grab your card, you click buy ticket, and the universe hits you with the emotional equivalent of a frying pan. Service fee, $28. What service? Emotional trauma? Ticketing used to be simple. You stood in a line, gave a human some money, and called it a day. Then one company, you know the one, realized they could charge you for literally pressing your own buttons. And because they became the biggest ticket broker on earth, everyone had to play along. Now buying concert tickets feels like going through airport security, a tax audit, and a breakup all at once. Psychologically, this is a cocktail of two forces, monopoly power and sunk cost effect. You've already waited in the queue, already selected your seat, already imagined yourself screaming the lyrics while losing your voice like a feral raccoon. At that point, your brain refuses to back out, even if the processing fee costs more than a decent dinner. And the breakdown of fees? Pure comedy. Convenience fee, order fee, delivery fee. For a digital ticket that materializes out of thin air in your phone, it's like being charged shipping for a dream. Concert tickets prove one universal truth. If a company can invent a fee out of nowhere, it absolutely will. Number 2. Printer ink highway robbery. Let's talk about the silent villain lurking in your house right now. Your printer, that beige, plastic rectangle that pretends to be helpful but is secretly plotting financial violence. There was a time, gather round, children, when printing was cheap, ink was affordable, paper was plentiful. Your printer didn't scream low ink after producing a single sheet that looked like it survived a drought. Then came the big twist. One company realized they could practically give away printers for the price of a sandwich, and then charge you for ink like it was a luxury imported from a diamond mine. Suddenly, ink cartridges became the liquid equivalent of pure gold. Some cartridges are more expensive per ounce than actual fine perfume. You're not buying ink, you're buying the printer's emotional stability. The psychology behind this is what economists call the razor and blades model. Sell the device cheap, then make people pay forever for the stuff it needs to function. But printer companies added a spicy twist. They made the printers reject third-party ink like a picky toddler refusing vegetables. Unsupported cartridge, it says, even though the cartridge is sitting there, full of ink, ready to do its job. The printer just crosses its arms and pouts. Your brain suffers for 2 reasons. First, learned helplessness. After years of the printer randomly jamming, yelling at you, or going offline for no reason, you accept defeat. Second, loss aversion. You already bought the printer, so your mind convinces you to keep spending money on the overpriced ink rather than walking away. Basically, your printer is a subscription service you didn't sign up for. A needy, clingy relationship with terrible communication skills. Number 1. Public space seating. Imagine walking into a plaza, a mall, or a random public square. There used to be benches everywhere. You could sit, rest your feet, people watch, contemplate life choices, or dramatically eat a snack like you were in a music video. Then suddenly, benches started disappearing. And in their place, restaurants, cafes, lounges, premium seating areas. Suddenly you need to buy something just to rest your skeleton. This shift happened slowly, like a villain origin story. A few companies realized that when people had free places to sit, they didn't spend money. But if you remove free seating, people naturally gravitate toward paid seating. Chairs that require purchasing an overpriced beverage you didn't want. And because one retailer did it successfully, others copied it like it was the newest TikTok trend. The psychology behind this is behavioral nudging. When your environment subtly pushes you toward spending, you often comply without realizing it. Your brain thinks, well, I guess I could use a drink, when really your legs are just tired. You're not thirsty, you're exhausted. But the only free seat is a curb, and that curb is aggressively slanted. Another trick at play is scarcity bias. When you see fewer free seats, you automatically value them more, even if they're just uncomfortable stone ledges designed by an architect who clearly hates comfort. Meanwhile, paid seats start to seem reasonable, because at least they have back support and don't force you to reconsider your entire existence. And the punchline? Sitting, the most basic human action since being a human, turned into a microtransaction. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.